Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming for today's celebration. Again, a few housekeeping items to take care of. Please take a moment to silence your cell phones for the duration of the ceremony. If you need to complete a phone call, kindly step into the foyer outside the auditorium. Noisemakers of any type, as well as excessive celebration, are prohibited. We ask that those wishing to take photos do so from their seats. Please be considerate of those seated around you. In order to offer high-quality images for all, we have invited a professional photographer and Griffin graduate, Tyler Gorm, today. His images will be posted shortly after the ceremony on your students' accounts and available for all. And he is available for hire, folks. Tyler Gorm. No, too much? Okay. If you need to leave the auditorium at any time, please be sure to have your ticket stub with you for re-entry. Restrooms are located on the bottom of the stairwells at the back corners. Please take a moment to introduce yourselves to those seated around you. welcome to the graduation ceremony for the World of Inquiry Griffins. This is our culminating celebration of the class of 2020! It's been a while, I'm a little out of practice. Please rise and remain standing for the Model Citizens Pledge. The words can be found in your program. Today's pledge will be led by Assad Abdi, class of 2022. Assad.
We, the crew of World of Inquiry, make this pledge for all model citizens. We should all give service and have compassion for others. We will celebrate our discoveries and wonderful ideas. Through reflection, we will learn from our successes and failures. While collaborating, we will show caring for diverse people in our natural world. We are all responsible for our own learning. Our education is our future.
Class of 2022, you may be seated. And now performing What Comes Next from the musical Hamilton, Derek Blue and Steve Camp. No, I'm kidding. You're on your own. Awesome, wow. Do you have a clue what comes next? Okay. Before we continue with the ceremony and celebrate the proud graduates before us, it is important to recognize some important people who have helped them arrive at this moment. Joining us on stage today, we have Principal Kwame Danko Hansen, Assistant Principal Jennifer Johnson, Assistant Principal Stephen Camp, Assistant Principal Jess Flanders, Community Site Coordinator Jamie Bickham. Where's Miss Bickham? Okay, she's out there amongst us. Athletic Director Donna Enright. School Counselor Christine Resch. And our beloved lead SSO, Derek Blue. Superintendent Dr. Leslie Myers-Small is not currently here, but she sends her blessings. She's got a full slate today. We are joined by commissioners from the school board, Miss Amy Malloy, as well as Miss Camille Simmons. And we are proud to feature our keynote speaker and Griffin graduate, Mr. Unique Fair. Special shout out to senior class advisor, Michelle Davis. And my name is Davin Reddington. I'll be your master of ceremonies, and I'm in charge of bad jokes and dad jokes today. Okay. Today's gathering is symbolic for the class of 2022 for so many reasons, as you will soon hear from our very special guest speakers. For the rest of the school community, today holds great symbolism as well. This is the moment we have prayed and dreamed and hoped for 3 years and beyond. Last year alone, we hosted 44 graduation ceremonies, each marking the rites of passage for former Griffins and their families. And each event will go down as special and certainly memorable. But it is today, this collective event, a celebration of all these bright and vibrant young people, all of us gathered together. Today is the day that tradition truly returns to the World of Inquiry School. We would like to acknowledge those who have offered support, encouragement, guidance, mentorship, and love to the class of 2022. They have led the way for you, they have stood behind you, they have stood beside you. They have pushed you and pulled you and believed in you, even when you may not have believed in yourselves. Would the class of 2022 please rise and give a round of applause to those friends, family, and staff members in the audience. Thank you, class of 2022. At this time, it is my distinct honor to welcome to the podium our beloved principal, Mr. Kwame Danko Hansen.
I thought I'd prepare a few notes, and Ms. Enright, I'll try not to go long. Good morning. I am Kwame Danko Hansen, proud principal of the World of Inquiry School. On behalf of the entire faculty staff, it is my pleasure to welcome you to our 8th high school commencement to honor the graduating class of 2022. Class, I'm incredibly proud of you. The purpose of today is to celebrate you in this momentous accomplishment in your life. Graduates, you have made it despite all the challenges that you have faced. Without question, your high school experience, like the COVID-19 pandemic we are living through, will always be remembered as a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You started out on the U level as 9th graders, trying to figure out your place and to earn credits to advance in your grade designation. Your sophomore year was cut short in March with school closures as the world tried to figure out how to navigate this new illness that seemed to come from nowhere. Your junior year, you spent in isolation in little boxes on Zoom as you learned to pivot to remote and hybrid learning. And finally, senior year. This year, we return back to in-person learning with constantly evolving protocols which initially limited our ability to congregate for activities like school-wide morning meetings or spectators at our athletic events. But thankfully, as restrictions eased, we were able to get back to more traditional high school experiences. And although we missed Outward Bound in the fall, we were able to participate in intensives, have fun at prom. Some of you were able to experience the natural world for the last time as Griffins in the Adirondack or Camp Pathfinder trips, led by Mr. Reddington and the outdoor clubs. But you didn't get a chance, to have all those opportunities, except we all had the chance to get together one last time for our senior trip at Camp Quarry. And special shout out to Lee Bond and TJ and all those of you who kept talking in the middle of the night to keep me up. Appreciate that. But in any regard, we're here today to celebrate you. And you've made all of us incredibly proud. Today you graduate from one of the best high schools in the city, and you are ready for the next part of your life. As you know, not every day has been easy, and there are times you receive support from others. I'd like a moment to thank those who supported you through the years. To the family members and close friends, I thank you for your wisdom, patience, understanding, and most importantly, love that you showed our graduates. I thank you for the sacrifices you made over the years to bring us to this moment of celebration. To the teachers and staff, I thank you for your focus on the whole student. You've served as coach, cheerleader, counselor, mentor, and role model. Take great satisfaction in knowing that you have prepared our graduates to be successful in whatever endeavor they pursue. I'd also like to thank our commissioners on the Board of Education, and our district leaders for supporting and valuing the importance of expeditionary learning education here at World of Inquiry. And finally, you, our graduates. I contemplated what I wanted to share with you today, and it dawned on me that some of you spend much time in the office of Mr. Smith, Mr. Camp, Ms. Johnson, Mr. Blue, and myself. And so I thought that I'd take a few moments just to share a few words of wisdom, food for thought, and for those that apply, keep it, and the ones that don't apply, discard it and disregard it. But I have 5 points that I want you to hold on to, a couple nuggets that I've been thinking about as it relates to you guys. Number 1, don't let your circumstances dictate the outcome of your life. Be intentional about it. Establish priorities. Zig Ziglar once said, if you aim at nothing, you'll reach your mark. So make sure you aim high. 2, choose your friends wisely. You are the average of the 5 people you hang around with most. So make sure that you hang around with people who have goals, priorities, purpose, and make good choices. 3, take care of yourself and your well-being. Your physical and mental health is the most important thing. Without that, you can pursue nothing else. Don't live your life on social media. Don't compare your everyday life to the social media influencers as though their lives should be yours. And remember to read your messages twice before you hit send. 4, you're going to have to work hard and not care about what other people think. Don't spend money you don't have to buy things you don't need or can't afford to impress people you don't even know. And finally, know that time is the most valuable asset that you'll ever have. Every second that you live is a second you'll never get back. Live every day with purpose. And don't waste time on things that don't matter. As we started our recitation of the Model Citizenship Pledge today in our program, I hope that you internalize the design principles therein guiding, my bad. I hope that you internalize the guiding principles therein, and I hope that you take the Griffin values of self-discipline, tenacity, integrity, collaboration, and compassion with you. With a balanced, healthy approach to life, you can sustain the balance necessary to continue achieving great things for yourselves and the loved ones around you. It has been a pleasure to be your principal. I'm so very, very proud of you and look forward to hearing about your wonderful achievements and future successes. Congratulations, class of 2022.
Thank you, Reverend Danko Hansen. Joining us today is a local agent of change, Mr. Unique Fair. Unique Fair is a fine artist from Rochester, New York, who seeks to use his skill set as an artist and activist in order to empower people to be the change they wish to see in the world. This vision has led Unique to craft artwork that focuses on the themes of oppression, liberation, and the friction between the two. Growing up, he developed a passion for art and community organizing. While attending the World of Inquiry High School, he spent countless hours mastering the drawing of his favorite Pokemon, Flygon. Unique then attended the Rochester Institute of Technology, RIT, and received a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Illustration. As well, He is a recent graduate of the Studio Arts Master of Fine Arts program at RIT. Currently, you can find his work proudly displayed at Rochester's renowned Memorial Art Gallery. Please welcome to the stage and to the podium Mr. Unique Fair of the first graduating class from 2015.
Hello, everyone. It's wonderful to see you all. I remember back at my initial graduation from World of Inquiry that you could practically fit the entire ceremony, the students and the families here, in about this much space in one of these areas here. And I have to say, it is enchanting to be in this space and see how much our community has grown and how supportive you all are of your children and other members of our community. One of the realities of being an alumni is you look back at yourself and your actions and your decisions you made when you were a student, and you say, we were pretty great, we were pretty cool. And that's something that everyone walks away with. It's something I walked away with. In the last several years, I have met other alumni, people who graduated when I did, people who graduated after me, and one of our unilateral greatest privileges has been that we can look at each other as alumni and say, the current students are doing better than we did. That the current students are better than us, that they have risen to the occasion and then some. And I can look at the class of 2022 and I know that for a fact. The reality as well is that we talk about the process of graduation and this moment. This moment is incredible, and the reality is I owe you all a compliment for the fact that it's not just this instant that we are celebrating, it's every day that you chose to show up and do the work. It is every day that you chose to be the best versions of yourself and the best hopes for your futures. We're celebrating every step, every moment you took, and I think that's worth recognizing. It's very easy to look at the biggest moments and celebrate those, but I think all of you deserve a round of applause because of your consistent, dedicated effort. The reality of that being that achieving graduation was a cascading result of your constant dedication to your personal self and your well-being. And it speaks to your fortitude to do so during trying times. As previously mentioned, your high school experience has been abnormal. There have been a lot of experiences that you have not been able to have, or experiences you have had that were unnatural relative to your experience as high schoolers. Myself and no one else in this room who has graduated has experienced what you guys have. And you deserved a better experience than you were able to have due to circumstances that were outside of your control. As well, it's worth noting that for all of us being here, and very happy to be here, there are those of us who are unable to attend and those who are not here. And I do want to take a moment to acknowledge them and have a moment to appreciate those people who are not with us anymore. What is also true is that on a mountain of adversity, you rose to the occasion and beyond. That your conviction has been an education for everyone in this room. Less has broken other people, and every one of you chose to be the exceptional person you needed to be to achieve what you've done. Very literally, the incarnation of adversity has been beaten by your tenacity and your conviction. And I can say, as an alumni looking back toward you all, that your ability to persevere through these current circumstances firmly cement you as the pinnacle of World of Inquiry's aspects and principles. I'm incredibly proud of you and how you've managed yourselves and how you've carried yourselves over the last several years. That being said, you're all familiar with this. I'm the third person to come up and I've said that. So I want to take a moment to as well talk about the future of yourselves. One of the realities of life is that you owe things. You owe it to yourself, you owe it to our crew, and you owe it to our community to live this life on your terms, to find what makes you happy and pursue it with the same conviction, if not greater, than the conviction that brought you here today. And I look at you all, some of you I know, some of you have had the privilege of touring RIT, and I know for a fact that you all hold that quality and you hold it in abundance. As well as last notes, I want to give you guys advice that I received when I was at your juncture. Advice I've received from people in the crowd today, as many of you have. The advice simply being, as you are growing and as you are working, to not be a perfectionist about your journey and your goal. To do the best you can and accept that your best will always improve and that you are not defined by the mistakes you've made previously. And perhaps it is the music hall itself, but there's a quote that I've sat with for several years that I believe Elder Campbell in the crowd mentioned previously to me. It's a Mozart quote where he says that to play a wrong note is insignificant, but to play without passion is inexcusable. Every one of you have shown the passion and the commitment to yourselves and your own well-being and the well-being of your communities, and I'm excited to see what you do into the future. And through those learning experiences, again, you might have moments where you fall short of yourself, of your expectations and other things, and you will grow to surpass those expectations. But you always have to understand that in the same way that I've understood, that regardless of the moment, of the situation, or the circumstance, that we've got your back. So thank you, and congratulations again to the class of 2022.
Thank you for your passionate words of inspiration, Unique. We are so proud to have you return and share your unique perspective. Oh, come on. I'm working that all night. And now, delivering our message to the senior class from the senior class, please welcome National Honor Society members Anaya Simmons and Siobhan Whooper.
All right, can everyone hear me good? All right. Good morning, buenos dias. You're listening to WGYB. We got your back. Thank you, class, for remembering that. I am your DJ, Anaya Simmons, signing in for the class of 2022 one last time. Every year, for the past 6 years, we've recited the Model Citizens Pledge. Well, those of you who made it to crew on time recited the pledge, but I think those of us who came in late still know it. It's one of the first things we consistently hear at school every morning, besides the freshmen screaming in the hall at 7 in the morning. You guys remember when that used to be us? Except we were dressed in khakis with ties on, wishing we could dress however we wanted. Thankfully, a global pandemic got us that. But the Model Citizens Pledge has always served as an affirmation to us. An affirmation to act of service and with compassion. To reflect on discoveries so we can enrich in success rather than failure. To collaborate so we can care for people and ultimately care for the world. We are all more than capable of contributing to a better world, whether that is through trades, through psychology or medicine, or becoming the next Bob Ross, which my money's on Chloe and Jasmine for that, so make me proud. Whatever path life takes us down, we can, and we know that we can get there. That's what our Model Citizens Pledge has instilled in us. That we have what it takes to make our dreams a reality, because we will learn from our successes and failures. Our dreams can become a reality because we have and are experiences with diverse people. Our dreams can become a reality because we are responsible for them. Once we leave this stage, we leave the familiarity that we're used to for 4 years. Some of us 6 years. Some of us 8 years. Okay. And for some of us, 13 years. Once we leave this stage, we venture into a world that our school has done its best to prepare us for, but is ultimately unknown. That's when we cling on to what we're used to. But Anaya, what are we used to? Well, first of all, we're used to me speaking, because I know I can talk a lot. Shout out to anyone I interrogated during the global conflict presentations, which was all of my English class. For those of you who won't miss me talking, you might miss hearing someone like Makai laugh. Yeah, Makai? I don't mean giggle. I mean full on go into hysterics in the middle of Pick and Echo, crying over someone laughing like Elmo. Of course, we all follow in laughter because who else wouldn't when Miss Rush tries to use pushing P in the right context? We're going to miss outward bound trips. Trips where half of us get bruises from falling on the ice while racing, and the safer half of our class uses the little kiddie skating aid to get around. Trips where we lay on the docks of Canada watching shooting stars, listening to owls and scary stories. Trips where we play manhunt and Sharifa has to trick TJ and Isaac into helping her catch people. You might miss conversations with your favorite teacher, listening to yet another one of Vista's inappropriate jokes that have nothing to do with calculus, or listening to Davis throw shade at everyone who didn't finish their essay on time. Some of us will miss volleyball games in the gym, where the varsity volleyball team would accidentally hit about 3 people in the face with their spikes. Yes, you, Jamir, Christian, Jalen. You might miss glow-in-the-dark dances. You know, the ones where everyone was trampled on as soon as Meek Mill came on. But the most notable dance was prom. I think that's where we solidified we are the most attractive graduating class 58 has ever produced. Okay? Some of us might just miss saying hi to each other in the hallways because it's a nice reminder to see people who we have fond memories of. Memories of each other going back to 6th grade club Tilly dances getting lit to the whip and nay-nay. Memories of each other in Miss Chess Club with Mr. Spira after Brian obliterated everyone in the room. Memories of Mr. Kaywood running and tripping to catch a tennis ball at 8 in the morning. But we have memories of people who aren't with us anymore. To the grandparents, mothers, fathers, sisters, and brothers who aren't in the crowd with us or on stage with us, we're moving into the next stages of our lives with and because of you. Nobody knows the amount of courage, the number of tears, sleepless nights, early mornings, and tough days that all of us have gone to wear this $30 cap and gown. While the trip to the stage has been fun, some of us are still looking at our families and trying to accept that the people who have been most influential to their journey are not looking at them from this earth. For this, our journey needs to be recognized with the utmost respect. Through the violence that plagues the street of Rochester, we are still here. Through the racism that lurks in the back of the minds of those we will encounter, and without a doubt have already encountered, we are still here. Through the limited opportunity we have been provided from an underfunded district, we are still here. The road here has been full of setbacks. It wasn't the best 4 years of our lives High School Musical told us it would be. The first confusion. High School Musical never told people that most people can't sing well, so that was a surprise to deal with, except for Armani and Deja, of course. But High School Musical never told us that at 15 years old, we spend the coldest months of our year protesting the district so our teachers could keep their jobs. High School Musical never told us that at 16, one of our classmates would pass due to uncontrolled gun violence. High School Musical never told us that at 17, half of us would even be able to go to school for 3 days a week. High School Musical never told us we'd have to protest police brutality during a pandemic. High School Musical never told us we might not even have an in-person senior year. High School Musical never told us that during our senior year we'd have to switch to virtual school, which was really just 2 weeks of extra sleep. High School Musical never told us that there'd be a national teacher and bus shortage. But honestly, who could have predicted that? The point is, nobody could have predicted what our high school experience would look like. In the same way, no one can predict what our future will look like. As we go into the next stages of our lives, we are willingly throwing ourselves into the unknown. Throwing ourselves into a place where we have little control, but much responsibility. A responsibility to make our remaining years count. We have dreams that are too big for this school to continue carrying. We can hold on to what the memories of the school has given us and use them to propel us into our dreams, because we are the only ones able to properly carry out the vision we have for ourselves. It's time for us to take that uncomfortable step where we won't have a familiar hand to hold, because this next journey is a self one. So, class of 2022, you can turn off your alarms. They probably didn't help anyway. But as you go on, remember the phrase that you've probably repeated over 1,000 times. We are all responsible for our own learning. Our education, this education, full of unconventional field trips, unconventional teachers, and the most unconventional group of seniors, that education is our future. Class of 2022! Ain't this what we've been waiting for? Come on, you ready?
Thank you, Anaya Simmons. What a great example of our school's seniors. Next up, we're going to hear from Siobhan Wooford.
Hello everyone, my name is Siobhan Wooford, and it is my honor and pleasure to speak in front of all of you on behalf of the 2022 graduating class. Since we have all been at this school, we have heard over and over again from teachers, on posters, and on speakers that we are crew and not passenger. This means several things for several different people in our community, but one thing that I think is universal about this motto is that we are family. Family supports each other, family holds each other accountable, and family understands that the successes of one depend on the successes of all. It is impossible for a ship to run smoothly without its crew. And we exemplify this as we all sit on this stage today. Together, because not one of us could have done it without the other. When I say we are family, it's the truth. Some of us have been together since kindergarten. Relationships have evolved, bonds have been built and tested through our time together here, but one thing that remains true is crew. When we talk about crew, not passengers, this is something that resonates close to us as a class. We have navigated every part of our middle and high school careers together, and this is a very unfamiliar experience for most. When I speak with peers and students from other schools and in other districts, they don't remember the names and faces of the students that they went to elementary and middle school with. The unusual amount of time together that this school has gifted us has given each and every person on this stage a chance to experience true community, to experience positive conflict resolution, and to experience true unity, as every day that we have spent together over the past decade or more has been in preparation for this day. We have built something together that no one else has had the opportunity to do, and we were only given this opportunity through the collaborative and empowering culture of our school. I would like to thank our former principal, Ms. Webster, for emphasizing the importance of culture. She was the glue to our school. Some of my earliest memories at World of Inquiry are of her and how she strived to instill the morals of the design principles into all of the students who attended the school. Along with Ms. Webster, I would like to thank all of the staff who taught us how to be advocates of change and that our voices matter. Furthermore, I would like to thank those same teachers who made all of our amazing field trips and field studies so memorable. We could have done all that learning in the classroom, but you knew the importance of hands-on experiential learning. Even in the midst of busing shortages and COVID crisis, not to mention all the other hurdles that myself and the other students don't even know about, you made it happen for us. So thank you. These are two things that I think make our school stand out and make the experience at World of Inquiry so memorable. Throughout all these moments, many of which were the climax of our adventure at this school, there has also been several distinctive obstacles that we have had to face due to COVID. As much as we want to leave COVID behind us, I would be remiss if I didn't mention it, as it made up 1.5 years of our high school experience. We must take the time to say thank you to our mothers, fathers, and guardians who in the COVID years became our alarm clocks, math, English, and science teachers, lunch staff, custodians, among many other things. I would like to give a special shout out to my mother and father for being all of that and so much more. And to all of the teachers who worked so hard to engage us in this time of in-learning where we were not even engaged with our own families and peers, despite the endless requests to please turn your cameras on. Although we missed out on so many things like regular sporting events, school trips, and 816 days of normalcy, we did gain some essential life skills. Arguably the most important would be the ability to adapt. With so many challenges being thrown at us, we learned the skills of resilience and perseverance. Through endless Zooms, you persevered. Through the lack of motivation, you persevered. Through the unknown of tomorrow, you persevered. Through nonstop Google Classroom notifications, you persevered. And this is evident because we are all sitting here today. These caps and gowns symbolize that we all have the willpower to work hard regardless of any obstacle, that we are firm in our goals and achieving them, and that we have the ability to remain consistent. It took all of these things and so much more for us to be here today, and no matter what our next steps in life are, the ability to persevere will guide you through the rest of your lives. As the next group of leaders, we must remember the times when we lacked confidence and motivation so that we can, at the same time, remember what it means to truly persevere. We must remember the times where we wanted to give up so that we can, at the same time, remember what it feels like to push ourselves when everything inside us was telling us not to. There hasn't been one change maker who hasn't had to face adversity and met it with great perseverance. So I challenge myself and all of my classmates to use these skills and experiences to go into the world and create change in any capacity. We all have the ability to be the change that we want to see in this world because we are equipped with the skills that it takes. Continue to be determined, continue to persevere, continue to lean on your family and friends and community, and continue to inspire. Winston Churchill once said, "To improve is to change, to be perfect is to change often." As the sun sets on this time in our lives, I want everyone to remember that change is critical to be able to have progress in this world, and no matter how hard this transitional period is in our lives, remember that you are prepared and you have a huge family to call on. Change is inevitable, change is to be embraced, and change is to be celebrated. And lastly, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the life of Jordan Coleman, our classmate who is no longer with us. We celebrate this day for him and with him. Congratulations, Jordan. Thank you all for being with us on this special day. Congratulations, World of Inquiry Class of 2022.
Thank you for those inspiring and insightful words, Anaya and Siobhan. I would like to take a moment to recognize our superintendent, Dr. Leslie Myers-Small, who has been racing across the city, trying to support the thousands and thousands of graduates. Numerous members of our senior class have been recognized with awards and scholarships that have already been announced. In addition, we have the tradition of announcing several distinguished awards and scholarships at our graduation ceremony. It is now my honor to present these accolades to the select members of the class of 2022. If you are an award recipient, please stand when we call your name. We'll recognize you in your seat. First, can we give a shout out and let's see representation of everybody that is a 13-year crew member. If you have attended the World of Inquiry since kindergarten, please stand. WGYB, we got your back. Thank you. All right, here are some other 2022 awards and scholarships. They are in your program if you would like to follow along. The ASAR Leadership Award recognizes a member of the senior class who demonstrates leadership and high-quality character. She was nominated by the administrative team, and the 2022 winner is Chloe Malloy. Receiving the ASAR Scholarship, this member of the senior class demonstrates high-quality character and leadership. She was nominated by the administrative team. The 2022 winner is Saray Ware. The New York State Comptroller Student Achievement Award is an award presented to students who have demonstrated academic excellence and leadership potential through involvement in activities that improve their school and community. The 2022 winner is hip hip hooray, give it up for Jorge Rodal Rayano. Way to go, George. The New York State Scholarship for Academic Excellence is presented to students who have chosen to study full-time and be matriculated in an approved undergraduate program of study within New York State. They must also be in good academic standing and demonstrate academic excellence. The 2022 winners are Malachite Brearley, Abel Naranjo Geralt, and Chloe Malloy. The Attorney General's Triple C Award. This award is designed to recognize students who have demonstrated character, courage, and commitment to their education throughout their high school experience. The 2022 winner is Jalea Roberts. The New York State Seal of Biliteracy. This recognizes high school graduates who have attained a high level of proficiency in English and one or more world languages. The 2022 winners are Javen Cruz and Abel Naranjo Geralt. The Monroe County Executive Service Award is given to recognize students that have gone above and beyond with their community service. This year we recognize Kennedy Hawkins and Saray Ware. And this year we present the World of Inquiry Senior of the Year to Anaya Simmons. We we would like to congratulate the senior members of the National Honor Society, of which there are many. Please rise when we call your name. Malachite Brearley, Mynisha Coleman, Hefty Doris Eden, Chloe Malloy, Javen Cruz, Daria Nathan, Jalea Roberts, Caleb Shepard, Saray Ware, Joshua Carter, Tylin Davidson, Kune Tu, Liza Miranda, Abel Naranjo Geralt, Helen Reddington, Jacob Schmidt, Anaya Simmons, and Siobhan Wooford. The senior members of the National Honor Society. It's getting to that time, folks. At this time, we would like to recognize some special members of our audience. Lots of community members have joined us here today to support the class of 2022 and share in your excitement today. Are there any former staff and administrators in the house? Please rise so we can wave to you. Can we see and hear from the current staff that are in the house? Are there any former World of Inquiry students or Griffin graduates in the house? Yes. Thank you all for being a part of this special celebration. We will now commence with the presentation of diplomas. Audience, please be courteous of those around you and remain in your seats. Images will be available through our professional photographer, our very own Tyler Gorn, class of 2019. Will the first row of students please rise? Ladies and gentlemen, Assad Abdi. Liban Abdi. Sharifa Abdul Rahman. Edward Alcantara. Gabrielle Louise Anderson. Kai Brearley. Jalen Breedy. Jeremiah Jameer Brunson III. Jaden Brooks. Carmen Cartagena. Joshua Carter. Mynisha Yanika Coleman. Paula Cristal Coriano Gaitan. Charles Cumming. Tylen Heaven Davidson. Antasia Monet Davis. Sean Dillard. Armani Renee Dollar. Hefty Doris Eaton. All right, let's do this. Ronan Seamus Eckel Monroe. All right, Meerkat. Amir Epps. Soak it up. Laren Fulmore. Looking good, Jed. Jetiel Garcia. Imani Denise Kayla Gillespie. Ariana V. Gonzalez. A. Stone Halter. Elizabeth Janai Hartzog. Kennedy Hawkins. Talia Nicole Henderson. Jasmine Brianna Henry. I can't edit it. Tony Hinton Jr. Kune Tu. Rama Ismail. You ready, Jeff? We're going anyway. Jeffrey Johnson.
Just Brian King will do.
No Junior? Okay. Brian King. You ready? Sure, man. Isaac Latowski. Eddie Coley Leonard. Marcus Jabari Lewis. Jackson Malloy. Davion Martin. Treasure McFadden.
No, but I gotta FaceTime him when I leave.
Amari McKinney. Makai McKenzie. Liza Marie Miranda. Don't look now, it's Javid Cruz. Abel Naranjo Geralt. Daria Nathan. Heaven Nelson. You got it, man. Rodney Nunnally Jr. Christian Ortiz. Autumn Parker. Winter A. Parker. You ready? Ida Lydia Pena. Callan Oak Reddington. Umar Richardson. Ciasia Breche Rios. Ricardo Rivera. Big day for you. Ready? Jalea Roberts. Are we ready? Tell me. Kiera Robinson. Jorge Rodoliano. Tyshawn Ruffins Jr. Jacob G. Schmidt. Caleb F. Shepard. Anaya I. Simmons. Ayani Gabrielle Smith. Christy Smith. Shania J. Smith. Shania Nicole Thornton. Jameer Anthony Walker. You ready, Lena? All right. Carolina Janae Walter. Saray Kalila Ware. Deja Renee Weathers. Jasmine Whitfield. Layla Anaya Williams. Jalen Wilson. Terrion L. Wilson. Siobhan Aja Woodward. And last but not least, Robert J.P. Yates. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, friends and family. We would be remiss, though, if we did not Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We would be remiss, though, if we did not honor our missing classmate. We would like to take a moment to honor Jordan Coleman, who will always remain in our hearts and minds. If we could have a moment of silence for him. Let's take a moment of silence. Remember anybody else that cannot be here as well, because I know we are all missing people at this point. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And here we are at the end of our journey, at the end of our celebration, and certainly the end of high school for these young people before they head out into what becomes the real world, right? At this point, we'd like to call forward Mr. Donko Hansen, who will present the graduates with their formal rites of passage.
Once again, it is my distinct privilege, honor, and pleasure to perform this duty as your principal. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Education of the Rochester City School District, the Education Department of the State of New York, I now declare that you are graduates of the World of Inquiry School. Members of the class of 2022, you may change your tassels from right to left. You are now graduates of the World of Inquiry School, and we welcome you into the world of Inquiry Griffin Alumni Association. Congratulations. And those of you who still have your tassels, you may change it from right to left.
Congratulations, class of 2022, and congratulations, families. Families, your graduates will meet you outside once they have picked up their diplomas and belongings. Graduates will exit stage left. You've been listening to WGYB. We've got your back. Have a great summer, everybody.